No, but I love my dad. He's a good dude. He really is. Took me years to really figure out how good a father my father really is. Till you not necessarily become one. I'm not a dad, but I can tell you that, being an adult and looking back on everything, you're like, holy crap, this is hard, or holy crap, like that was a lot, and then you look and you're like, how does dad do it? How is he able to do it? You just kind of question because you're like, you're so impressed and you're so moved by it, you don't even realize, everything that it takes to be that kind of person. So I appreciate my dad very much. Very, very much. And everything that he's ever did and all the crap he's ever put up with me especially. Alright. So. Looks a little better. It's shinier. Took off most of that. Whatever dark spots you see is the leftover pitting from the rust. So it's still there. There's nothing I can do to really remove that. And unless there is something that I can do, then please let me know in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep doing what I know I need to do. Now, the reason why I'm doing this by hand is because if I do it on the table, it's just going to shake the camera and you guys are going to be motion sick. This isn't the Blair Witch Project, and I don't want you guys to leave because my camera skills suck, which they do. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm still learning, still doing what I need to do, and I want to make some thumbnails for my videos as well, but that's already just as difficult to figure out. I'm not very tech savvy, and a lot of my friends already know that, and they do laugh at me about it. They joke. That's cool. I deserve it. I make fun of them a lot on their stuff. Yeah. I'm doing my best to get as much of that off as possible because I know I still see it. And the oils on my hands are not making anything any easier. Just be really careful when you use rust eraser on anything metal related that has rust on it. What you're doing is you're taking off the finish, and it's just bare metal after that. So just be really careful. Once you're done using a rust eraser, it is always best to put some sort of rust-resistant lubrication or rust-resistant kind of finish on the blade. Polish it, buff it out if you can. I obviously can't do that, but I can put something on there afterwards to make sure that the rust doesn't come back. Because right now, it's just bare steel. So, just be really careful with it. And try not to take 2 giant steps back when you've taken a good leap forward. So once you're done with the rust eraser on anything metal, try to put some sort of protection on it so it doesn't come back. And I got a few things here that I'm actually going to work with that will help me out with that and make things better. I do apologize about my storytelling. The reason why I'm trying to, why I stopped storytelling right now is because I wasn't making too much sense, and I'm trying to protect the person and the identity of that person. So I'm trying to stretch the truth a little bit on the story. And I kind of lost track of what I was talking about. Not to mention I was concentrating on one of the things I was getting frustrated with. So I do apologize. Maybe another time I'll be able to tell the story a little bit better in better detail once I get a better mind about me. hopefully. I am a pretty good storyteller, just not this time around for some weird reason. That's the first time I've ever had to do this on camera. I never cleaned anything on camera. I've tried to do sharpening videos, but for some weird reason, my sharpening skills went down. So that's not good. So, right now I'm just doing finishing touches. I could clean up this little back area, but I don't want to do that because that area is the slip joint locking mechanism. So it doesn't need to be cleaned because that's part of the handle, and it's just going to turn into that. I'd rather keep that patina on there. I think it gives the knife character, and I'm not going to obviously touch any of the bolsters or the handle scales because I don't want any damage done to them. I could very easily damage them because of how old this is, and I don't want to do that. If anything, cleaning up and restoring the blade is probably the best thing to do for this, and bring it back to its former glory, hopefully, with my hand doing it. Trying to get rid of all the rust. And after I'm done with this video, I'm going to immerse myself in a world of feudal Japan. I'm going to be playing Ghost of Tsushima. Alright, so everything looks good. Cleaned off the rust and the paint and whatever Sharpie residue, whatnot. Good old rust eraser. This was a free little item that I got. Can you believe that? It was just a little cube. I have bigger ones. I rather use the smaller, easier pieces first. More than I can anyway. So there's that. I think I'm done rust erasing now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the blades. I'll wipe it down so that way it gets off whatever rust eraser or stuff that's on there without damaging any part of the handle doing so, which this stuff is great for, by the way. And I think I need to buy more. This Flitz Tactical Matte Finish Cleaner. It's just really, really good. And I've used this for a long time. And it's good for restoring a lot of old, antique-looking blades without damaging any of the components. Horn or wire wrapped handles or ray skin wrapped handles. It's just really, really good stuff. Alright, so now that I got that on there, now everything's back to its shine and shimmer. Looking pretty good. And it also cleaned the bolsters a little bit. Look at that. Bolsters are all nice and shiny on both ends. And I didn't have to touch the handle at all. It's looking pretty good. So, there's that, the Flitz stuff. I'm going to use more of this Flitz after I'm done. But I'm going to go ahead and use just a little bit of this Blue Lube cleanser from Benchmade. Cleans, lubricates, and protects. So, I'm just going to put a little bit on there. Every time I use this stuff, no joke, it smells like bubblegum. And I got it from Amazon. It's actually a really, really good stuff. And I use it for all of my knives. I just use it sparingly because I don't want anything to happen to my blades. That's one side. Now for the other. It does. It smells like frickin' bubblegum. It smells like bubblegum to me. Alright, so yep. It's looking pretty good. Alright, so do a little bit of wipe down more on this. Just a little bit more, not too much. Yeah, I mean, you can still kind of see the pitting from the rust, but I guess that gives it kind of character because of how old this knife is. And it's in better shape than it was in the beginning, so that makes me happy. Now, as a last and final type thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this rifle, gun, and knife wax. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put a very little amount on all four sides of the blades, kind of just as a finishing touch. And I'm just going to basically just kind of rub it in using the cloth. And what that does is hopefully it'll just add just a little bit more protection onto the blade, as it should, to help give it kind of just a protective layer over time. And of course, you know, if it needs it, then obviously I will sharpen it, but that was not requested from my father, so I'm not going to sharpen this blade unless he wants me to. And to tell you the truth, I really don't want to, because I don't think my sharpening skills are as good as they used to be. So it still has a workable edge, and I'm sure my dad already knows that. If anything, he just wants this stuff to be cleaned off of the blade. And doing so, look at that. And you can still kind of see tree brand on the blade. I haven't completely removed it, but you can see tree brand here. And oh, it's Boker. That's cool. What is that? $6384, I think is the model number. Really cool. All right. Oh. Go ahead and add. All right. Now I'm just going to go ahead and rub that in there. All right. So, there it is. And that's just what I know about cleaning and kind of doing what I need to do in order to get this thing where it needs to be. So, I'm pretty sure my dad will be pretty happy with it now that it's cleaned up. I'm going to leave it out for him so that way the next time I'll put it on his desk so the next time he sees it he'll actually be able to give it a good look-see. This is a very beautiful knife, and it was an honor and a pleasure to clean it for my pops. So if you have a dad out there, and I'm sure you do, if you have a dad, show him some love. Let him know that he is appreciated for everything that he does and everything that he's done for you. So I will see you guys in the next one.